Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to see you here with me today. Before we get started, please could you give me a thumbs up? I would very much appreciate it, and subscribe for more content like this. And as you can see from the title, I'm going to be telling you whether you should or shouldn't be getting a credit card. So let's get started. The age-old question. Should I or should I not get a credit card? Now, I'm going to be structuring this video in a way where I say, yes, you should get a credit card because of this, or no, you shouldn't get a credit card because of this. And I've got 3 reasons on each side for you to consider. And then right at the end, I'm going to tell you what I think is best for you. Yeah, that's right. You looking at this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think you should do. So make sure you stay right to the end to see that. And without further ado, let's get started. Yes, you should get a credit card. Why? Because it improves your credit score. Now, this is the main reason why a lot of people consider, should I not get a credit card? I heard it improves your credit score. Yes, indeed, it does improve your credit score. And it's a great way to show lenders and credit holders that you know how to manage credit and borrowing money. The chances are, when you first come into getting a bank account, come out of uni, maybe come out of college, the chances are you wouldn't have had the opportunity to manage credit the way a credit card is set up or the way a personal loan is set up. And if you do want to get a mortgage in the future, so for my future home buyers or home owners, having a credit card is a great way for mortgage lenders to know that you've known and have experienced managing credit. And the beauty of a credit card is that it is much smaller than probably a huge loan or a mortgage amount in the future. So credit cards are a great way of coming into the credit world on a small, manageable basis and showing credit lenders that you know how to manage credit. Overdraft somewhat shows that, but a credit card I think is a bit more concrete in showing credit lenders that you know how to manage borrowing money, paying it back on time, and paying it back in full or in increments depending on what is necessary in your situation. So yes, get a credit card to improve your credit score. No, do not get a credit card. Why? Because if you misuse it, your credit score is going to go down, okay? So in the same reason why I said that you should get a credit card because it improves your credit score, in the same breath, if you misuse that credit card, your credit score can go right the way down, and we don't want that for you, okay? So what I was saying was that a credit card is good because it shows credit lenders that you know how to manage money, that you know how to pay back on time, and you always pay the minimum or pay it off all in one bit. But if you don't do those things, your credit score is not going to be happy, and credit lenders are not going to be happy about your behavior, okay? So it's really important that if you have a credit card, you pay back the minimum at the very least every month. You pay it on time, so when they ask you to, or earlier than that, and you pay it back in full eventually. So if you don't do those 3 things with credit cards, your credit score will be affected, and you'll think to yourself, why did I get myself into this? And you don't want to get yourself into unnecessary credit card debt, especially if you have the money. So it's really important for you to just make sure you use your credit well and you abide by the guidelines that it gives you. They're not very strict, but you do have to stay on top of it. And if you are a lazy sort of financial person, don't really like to dibble and dabble into money, don't like to look at your bank account, you can find yourself getting into debt that is unnecessary. So no, don't get a credit card if you're going to misuse it. Yes, get a credit card. Why? Because it teaches you the discipline in how to manage credit. So our first reason why you should get a credit card is that it's a great improvement to your credit score. And the second reason why is because it shows you how to manage credit. The chances are you wouldn't have had that experience up till now. You need to have the opportunity and show the behavior that is necessary for you to be able to eventually get a loan or eventually get a mortgage. And so a credit card is a great gateway and avenue into doing that. And it's on a much smaller basis, like I said earlier. This is a discipline that I think everybody needs to have when it comes to finances. I don't think anybody can shy away from this. I understand that it's difficult, but I think for anybody that wants to improve their financial literacy and their financial management, a credit card is a great way to learn that. So yes, get a credit card because it will improve your financial discipline and teach you how to manage credit, which we all need to do. No, don't get a credit card. Why? Because you haven't hit that like button yet. No, I'm joking. Make sure you hit the like button though. But no, don't get a credit card. Why? Because sometimes people see it wrongly as free money. Now, it's an interesting device, the credit card. You know, it comes into the mail, you see it, you may see that you have £1,000 to spend on it, and you're like, I have £1,000. But that's not what a credit card is. In fact, you need to see it as like an opposite of a debit account. So in your debit account, you may have £1,000, but in your credit card account, it's £1,000 that you will have to pay back. Okay? So it's a really weird way, but you need to understand that credit is not free money. It will have to be paid back. In fact, it will have to be paid back with interest most times. So if you're one of those people that you think that when you see those 3 O's on a credit card, or 4 O's, depending on what your credit limit is, and you are just gonna start doing a madness in Selfridges, don't have a credit card, my darling. It is not worth it, okay? So if you think that you're gonna see a credit card as free money and it's going to be an avenue for you to come out of your spending comfort zone, don't get a credit card. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yes, you should get a credit card. Why? Because it protects your purchases. Now, this is my main reason why I love credit cards, okay? If you use your credit card to purchase anything from a holiday, your flights, accommodation, electronics, a phone, anything like that, if it arrives and it is faulty, if it arrives and it doesn't fit the description, if it never happens, if the company goes out of business, you will get your money back and the credit card company will get that money back for you. So it protects purchases the way debit cards will not. So all my mandem and gal dem that decided that they wanted to go to Afro Nation this year and, you know, coronavirus hit and things were a bit higgy, if you purchased it with a credit card, you'd be fine. You literally all just need to call up the credit card company and be like, yo, they decided to cancel it and now they're saying this next year. That's not what I wanted to do. And bruv, the money is back into your account. So for anybody that is considering, you know, going on holiday or wants to get something that is quite huge purchase, like your camera or, I don't know, any sort of huge electronic, purchasing it with a credit card, especially if you have the money, is the best way to go. Because if anything goes wrong, your credit company will fight your corner for you the way a debit card company will not. So yes, get a credit card to cover all your big purchases. No, do not get a credit card. Why? Because the introductory rates to a credit card can be mad. And I say mad. Okay, so this is my last note, and this is something that anybody that is considering getting a credit card should consider. Why? Because essentially when you are trying to get a credit card to build your credit, these companies, these random companies, your Aquas, your Vanquis, will be giving you a credit card a percentage APR that is like 34.9, which means that for every £100 you spend, you have to pay £34.9 back, which is mad, okay? And so you need to really consider that when you're getting a credit card. The chances are, what I would recommend personally is that if you're getting a credit card first time around, any purchase you make on your credit card, you should have the money already. Okay? So if you want to spend £100, you already have £100 to spend in your debit card. You spend it on your credit card, and then you pay your credit card back immediately. Then you won't fall into having to pay huge interest on your purchases. But that is something you need to consider. When you're first into the credit card space, they will be offering you something that is not worth it, to be honest. But if you're using it to build your credit, it's calm anyway, because you have the £100 here, you spend the £100 on your credit card, and you just spend it back, and then you won't need to worry about paying back any £35.90, okay? So that is one reason why, no, don't get a credit card, especially if you are planning on having a huge purchase. Maybe you want to spend £1,000 and pay it back incrementally. The interest is not worth it, to be honest. Is not nice, in fact. So no, don't get a credit card because the introductory rates can be very, very mad. All right, so that is my somewhat balanced argument as to why you should or shouldn't get a credit card. Now, like I said, right at the end, I'm about to tell you what I think you should do. So you watching this video right now, I think you should get a credit card. Ultimately, the reason why I suggest people should get credit cards, even when the introductory rates are mad, even if they're a bit worried about their financial discipline, I would recommend getting a credit card anyway. Why? Because it is a necessary discipline and a necessary behavior that we all need to have if we want to eventually be financially free. So to all my people that are like, oh, I can't get a credit card, I'm just gonna go mad with it, I don't know if I'm gonna spend it well. Baby girl, you need to learn how to do it properly, okay? And the main reason as well that I would say people should get credit cards is my last reason as to why you should get a credit card, because it protects your big purchases. So from your holidays getting cancelled, your accommodation doing a madness, your items becoming faulty, your credit cards protect your purchases the way debit cards will not do that. I'm thinking to anybody that may, you know, buy something off eBay where they thought that they were getting a second-hand car and a hammer arrives. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a madness. It's an actual madness, but your credit card company will back you, okay? A debit card company will just be like they might help you. I'm not saying that they won't help you, but they're more likely to do than to actually fight for you. So that's why I think everybody should get a credit card eventually. I'm not saying you should get it now, but
eventually.
I just think having a credit card is a necessary thing for building financial discipline, getting your credit score up, and for protecting your purchases. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you like content like this, please subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Take care and have a blessed week. Bye.